Yes, there's two of us. Welcome back for Money Monday at a cold Parx racetrack today, but sunny. So they should be able to get all of the racing in today, Mr. Terry. Hopefully you took advantage of our cigar mile handicapping guide as well as our picks. I think there was 11 races and 10 of them over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Either the first pick or the second pick won through the first 10 races, and then we missed the 10th race, the 11th race, unfortunately, altogether. But I think first or second pick winning 10 out of the first 10 races is pretty solitary.
It is very solid. Yeah.
Today you get hopefully some solid picks that can repeat that performance for free over at Turf Paradise. There's a link in the description on YouTube as well over at horseracingtoday.net. But right after the show ends, we'll post our picks, our Benny and the bets in a race replay. You see right there, Tom and I from Friday. I think in that there was 5 races we did. Top pick won 3. Another of the horses was the second pick won 1. This weekend will be Hong Kong. You don't want to miss any of that. Certainly hit that HRT gear button right there to support the show. You don't want to miss 25% off everything. Look great and support Terry and I as we make our daily trek through horse racing tracks, Monday and Tuesday, Parx all the time. So the opener at Parx today is a 7-furlong maiden claiming race. As if you've watched the show, more than like twice, you know that we focus on that speed number there, Terry. 71. Our smart sheets, a link in the description below, in YouTube as well, will be a part of the recap at horseracingtoday.net. Tells us who has hit that 71 score, Terry.
Well, you take a look there, you can see that the 6, 7, and 9 all have equaled or exceeded the speed par number for today's race. And then coming up, the 6, 7, 8, 9 also will have a very good chance, including the 11, to do it today.
Yeah, that's par plus. We do 1,000 simulations where we calculate out a speed figure, and as Terry pointed out, and 287 times, Craig to none out of 1,000 hit that marker. We look at the race setup, Terry. It looks like the 3 wants to be lone speed. Everybody else kind of middle back. The 2, the 4, and the 5 making a lot of ground. They need to make up a lot of ground. They're more than 5 lengths back in every race so far. The 10 is a first-time starter. Only gets a point of 2.23. We're looking usually for 2.5. There are some yes horses in there, but still worthy of consideration. Also worth considering jockeys and trainers when horses are looking for their first win.
Yeah, the 5's the best jockey, 2's the best trainer, but that's kind of a toss-up between the 5 and 10 as the best jockey-trainer combination.
For sure. We see here the 6 horse does have a last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. It's also our simulation favorite. The 2, Tap the Devil, could be your pace setter in there, Terry. Pretty good chance to do that. And then finally, you have over here the 9 horse as your top total pace. Who's your pick to click this week?
I like the 7, Sunny Magic. Finished 3rd in the last race, trained by a high percentage win trainer who wins 23% of the route to sprint entries that he has. And then the drops in class today. And then I like the 9, finished 3rd in 2 races out of 6 starts at Parx Racing. Best start speed is faster than the average winning speed and can handle the distance. Fast and sweet. The 5, third choice is switches to a high percentage win jockey, and the shorter distance should help. Tap the Devil, the 3, my long shot, showed an early foot, so the cut back in distance should be a plus. Trained by a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me in this race.
So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the 2 horse Pop Nay. Actually getting some play right now. 7-2 down from 8-1 morning line. That one should be on the front, as we see in our smart sheets right there. It is getting first-time Lasix and the second start only of its career. It's also one of your biggest class droppers in here, moving down almost a full length. Only the 7, Sunny Magic, taking a bigger class drop. The 9 horse, Pastero, maybe the most consistent in the field, and our pace scores show us that horse showed some better and early pace and late pace in its last effort. The 7, Sunny Magic, is a yes horse. It is taking the biggest class drop of a length in here. Then I have the 6 horse, Crady Nunn, top last race speed figure, 3 points better than everybody else. And according to Andrew Beyer, you must have those horses in your pick. We have a $100 budget, Benny in the bets. So I'm going to start off with a $5 double, the 2, the 7, and the 9, 2 in the second race. I know our good friend Don Johnson, hopefully he's back with us today, that he likes those doubles. So here you can see our race picks for race number 2 as they kind of wind their way to the gate. It looks like they have one horse maybe that kind of straight off or something. They're bringing it back to the post. So before we move on to race number 1, Terry, in describing what we're seeing, why don't you share with us the best way to make sure you catch Parx tomorrow? I'll be solo. On Wednesday, we're going to do Aqueduct. Thursday, we'll go to the Gulfstream Championship meet. Friday is going to be Hong Kong. You're not going to want to miss any of that. And the best way to make sure you don't miss any of that is to do what?
Well, the only thing you need to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel or X and go ahead and hit the little bell on that YouTube channel. And then copy the link down below, share it with everybody so they can come and take a look at us too. And go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky at Horse Race on number 2 day. And give us a thumbs up and a like. And also keep the comments coming and picks as we really like to see them.
Hey, Don Johnson is with us today. How you guys doing today, John? Please help the show. I agree with him. What's up, fellas? How are you? Good luck today. I'm lunch break, so I figured I'd say hi and wish you luck on my. Hey, happy birthday, Kate Phil. 50, a big number, man. Welcome to the club, right, Terry?
Yeah, it's a long time ago since I was 50.
Well, I gotta take a 2-minute break here, Terry. Can you do me a favor? Can you call the race? Because my batteries on my mouse died. So
okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Sounds good. Well, everybody, they're getting up, and I'm probably a little bit behind what's on Twin Spires or whatever because I'm watching it on Bandu on the TV. But they're loading in the gate right now. Parx race number 1. And, of course, we got a wide open field here, a lot of horses. There's, 10 horses with the 1 scratch. So it's a good race to start off to pick 5 if you're going to do that. And you might get a nice price in here if you pick the right horses. So anyway, yeah, I hope everybody's having a good day and had a good weekend and stay safe. And now that nasty weather, they're still loading that gate. It looks like we've got some horses that are a little bit reluctant to go in, but they'll get them in, I'm sure. Those gate crews do a really good job.
All right, I'm back. First time that's ever happened, right? Where the mouse just died on the middle of the show.
Yeah.
All right, well, they're off and running now in race number 1. And as they get started, the 10 horse along with the 2 horse in race number 1. So the 10 horse showing some speed. That one was your first time starter. And that could be very scary, Terry, because when those first time starters get off to a good break, they can be dangerous. Lion Ozzy, you got the 2 horse down there on the rail trying to save some ground. Outside of that, it's a 3 and 6. They ran the opening quarter in about 23.5 seconds, so not all that fast. That 10 horse looks like he's got a good chance to maybe run away with this one there, Mr. Terry. And the 2 horse, the one that got bet down, he's backing out of it a little bit. The 3 and the 7 are chasing that 10 as the 10 continues to lead. Let's see who else is going to come here. Is anybody else going to come right now? I think that 10's got a good shot to take them all the way, Terry. We'll see.
Well,
hasn't even asked him to run yet.
Yeah, he's going to win too. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe the 3's catching him because the strides are shortening, but 3 strides are shortening and its head's coming up. It's checking already. No, your winner is going to be the first time starter, Terry. Always dangerous, right?
They are, yeah. If I was playing the pick 5, I would have thrown it in there just because it was a first-time starter. So,
yeah, you got that 2.23. Had he gone a little bit higher, 2.5, 1,000% would have been in mind. I mean, you probably should have been the 4th pick regardless because you have everybody else was a no, and the 10 being a first-time starter. So nobody else has the ability to get to that number. Well, that kills my daily double, but at least I have I'm in the club now. Yeah, well, yeah, it only gets better from there, they say. 50, they say, is the new 30. So let's hope that that's actually true. That means 60 is the new 40, Terry, because that's the next one for me.
All right.
Let's go to race number 2. starts the first of 3 pick fours today, 6 furlongs. That does favor horses that have some early speed. 37% of the time, they go wire to wire. Max forward speed, if it has some speed, could benefit from the rail. Everybody else has to work a little bit harder than the rail horse. So in race number 2, Terry, by chance, does the one horse have speed? No, his partner does. Well, it kind of does.
The inside horse, that one inside horse, the 2, because the 1 has been scratched. So the 2 is the rail horse. It's got lots of speed compared to the 4 and the 3.
Yeah, and then if you look here too, Terry, the 2 horse is a part of a lot of horses that want to be on the front. Everybody else middle back. That could be very dangerous. However, according to C-Zone, the 2 horse on the lead, much like the 10 in the opener, might be the place to be.
That's right. Really very comfortable in this race with a 92.94% C-Zone, with the 7 with an 84% and the 6 with an 80.
C-Zone measures how likely today's race will mirror those horses' best performances. So really strong chance that the 2 has an opportunity today to run its best race, along with the 3 horse, by far your top par plus horses. Over here, you see the 2 is your only class dropper, Terry, and he also has some class when it comes to connections.
Yeah, the 2 is the best jockey. The 8 shows the best data per trainer, but the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination, in my opinion.
Yes, the 3 is the top pick as far as simulation odds are concerned. The 8 horse is your top total pace horse. You got 3 yeses in here, the 2, the 6, and the 7. So really a lot of horses to pick from, Terry. Where do you start?
Okay, well, I like the 6. Ran second versus similar in the last race as a favorite, but has a high percentage winning trainer. Wins 32% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back. Best dirt speed is fast among today's starters, tied with another. Aaliyah, the 2 is my second choice. Eased in the last start, but has workouts to show that he is sound. Switches to a high percentage winning jockey, has a good 4 furlong workout on November 28th. Number 8, Dirty Harry, is the third choice, placing the money in 4 out of 6 previous races, winning one of the starts. High percentage winning trainer, wins 24% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse. And then the 5 is my long shot, finished third versus similar in the last race. Trainer wins 20% of the races in the second race after a layoff. And I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice Don Johnson pick 4, 2, 5, 6, 8 with the 2, 3, 7 with the 5, 6 with the 1, 2, 7, 9, $48 ticket.
Yeah, that 10 horse, Terry, paid $57.80 to be in there. And, you know, honestly, it's a mistake not having him in the picks, because you have all, again, going back, and this is where I really find, and how many huge winners have we seen, Terry, come off these smart sheets with first timers facing up against a lot of no's?
Oh, just lots and lots of them. It's really something to really pay attention to. So,
and hopefully you'll be able to pay attention to every track soon if ChatGPT would cooperate with me. For whatever reason, he's just trying to write Python script. I've asked others if they want to help us with the Python script, and so far no takers, so I got to go with what I can go with. And I'm getting there, folks. It just takes time, because I don't know if you've worked with ChatGPT, but sometimes I think it's lost its mind. All right, in race number 2, I'm going to go with the 2 horse again, Aaliyah. That one, Terry, I'm hoping, as we saw in the debut race this morning, that speed is the way today. It's the leader and has the biggest class drop. Number 8, Dirty Harry. Do you remember those movies, Terry?
I do, yeah, with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, really good. Biggest
gains for that horse came in the second start after a layoff, and one of the more consistent performers. Number 5, Sincerito. That one, Terry, finished second last out. More upside, I feel like, today, based upon its past performances. And then I Can Do Magic. I Can Do Anything. If you remember that song. Tough call for me over the 3 horse, For the Love of Run, but did show some better early pace and has maybe a little bit more upside. My 50-cent pick 4, I think I'm going to go with the 2 and the 8, because I think the 2 has a really good shot to win here. 2, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to go with the 3 and the 4, and then I'm going to close it out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 9 for, I think that's $48. 6 times 4 times 2. Yes, yeah, $48. Race 3, Terry, 10 race card today.
Yeah.
Try to work on English, Richard, in your off time. 6.5 furlongs. This one does favor horses again with some early pace. A bunch, 37%, get the first call on the lead and get the final call on the lead. The rail for Airman Trevor is the best place to be there. Terry, 8 and out. They come back a little bit, so the middle horses might have to work a little harder than the rest. In race number 3, do we have any speed demons?
Well, yeah, we have the 7 shows pretty good speed, but that rail horse also has some speed. So it just depends on who gets the best break.
Yeah, you look at that 7, PC types, doesn't need to lead. So left arrow action, he doesn't necessarily need to lead. If the 1 and the 6 go too fast, he can hang out, sit behind him in front of all the others and outclose them. And if they go too slow, he can make his way to the front and say adios, amigos. As far as the horses with the best C-zone, Terry, this race looks like anybody can match its best performances.
Yeah, they all have pretty darn good C-zone scores, and they'll all be pretty nice and comfortable in this race.
You're looking at the Airman Trevor on the rail bonus, also getting 2.6 length class drop. That's a lot of relief in there, Terry, but it looks like he's going to need a little bit more upside with that jockey-trainer combo to take advantage of it.
Yeah, Tavern Time, the 2 has the best jockey-trainer combination. So
one of these horses down here, I really like this pattern. I've come to like it a lot. I call it 5 ways better: better early pace, better mid pace, better late pace, along with some better early fractions. Just a more improved horse all the way around in its last effort. When I review my notes at the end of the night, see so many of those horses in the winner's circle. According to simulation odds, that should be the 2 with the jockey and the trainer. And over here, the biggest in-race advantage is the 5 horse, reeling and dealing. Well, we'll be reeling and dealing late. 6 points equals about 1 length late speed every 5 points, a little bit more than that. The 6 is your simulation favorite. Terry, who's your favorite?
I like the 2, Tavern Time, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 3 as my second choice, finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Oh, wait a minute. I think the 3 is scratched, is it not?
Yeah, no, they scratched it and then they unscratched it.
Yeah, but now they said scratched veterinarian, so I'm not sure if it's scratched.
And now it is scratched.
Yeah, okay, it is scratched. So then my second choice would be the 7 Huggy, finished, let's see, highest speed figure at today's distance, best start speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 5 as the long shot, wheeling and dealing, finished in the money in 2 races out of 3 starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and can go the distance. My 4th pick or long shot would be the 6 Centaur Central. Okay, that's all I've got for this. I'm going to change my things around. So
for me in race number 3, I got the 2 horse Tavern Time. Used to have a lot of Tavern Time back in my youth, Terry. Fortunately, I outgrew that. But this one is a big time simulation favorite. Should be better in the second start after layoff and the second race at Parx after track dropping. Centaur Central, the 6 horse, is your top total pace horse, making the classic 3rd start after layoff. Most dangerous when that horse can be up front. And according to our numbers here, has a good chance to be a part of that early mix today. Number 5, Reelin' and Dealin'. Well, we didn't see it in the opener, but the late speed edge, perhaps for this one, could be enough with more than a length late pace advantage over the rest of the field. And the C-zone says that should work for him today. And then finally, number 7, Huggy. Pace setter for the potential PC type, so that left arrow action. Big effort winning its last race. Got DQ'd into 3rd place. But in that race, we noticed that he was 5 ways better with all of the pace and fractions improving. Race number 4, Terry, is going to be 1 mile and 70 yards. I think it's the only route today. So at $170 at Parx, you're looking for horses that like to stalk. Still a healthy percent, a little bit more than 1 out of 4 win on the lead. The closer you are to the rail, the better your chances are. Terry, do we have any inside speed in race El Número 4?
Well, we have the 3 horse there that's got a lot of speed compared to everything else, and that it's the only one that's kind of in the inside. So should get out there.
You see, and if you get to the front, it should be helpful in this race because we have one of those, triangles. Well, there's one horse on the point. That is the 5 horse. Should be a part of that mix. Although the 3 horse, as a shotgun riding type or co-pilot, might take charge today in there, Terry, but might not be the best fit for it. It looks like maybe the 5 horse, Shines Madeline, could be the one.
Yeah, it has 94.43%, followed up by that 9 with a 71%. So they're going to both be pretty, comfortable here. So
2 major players as far as Par Plus is concerned. You got the 3, the 4. They're both yes horses, along with the 6, Hard Spice. We do our simulation odds, Terry, to try to find some potential value. Looks like we got a couple to consider.
Yeah, the 2 shows a value from 11-1 to 15-1. The 3's value is from 8-5 to a nice 6-1. And then the 4 has a value from 5-2 to 6-1. And that's what you got there.
Yes, the 4 horse also, top last race speed figure. That Andrew Beyer number, 3% again. 3 horse, pretty heavy simulation favorite for the potential pace setter. The 9, that one will be coming the hardest at the end, a little bit more than a length late speed. 5 horse is your top total pace. So once again, Terry, we see a whole bunch of reasons to pick a whole bunch of horses. Which one did you pick?
All right, I like the 5, Shines Madeline. Won last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 17% of the route races. It has an entry in. Hard Spice is 6th, second choice, finishing the money in 4 out of 6 starts at Parx Racing, and has a high percentage winning trainer. Joyful Joyce, the 4 is my 3rd pick. Finished 3rd versus tougher in the last race. Highest last speed rating, drops in class today. And then 7 is my long shot, Flaming Eyes. Longer distance will offer hope for improvement. Likes the distance and has a good jockey. I'm going to play the 2nd Miami Vice, pick 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 with the 1, 7 with the 4, 5, 6 with the 10 with the 5, 6, 9 $48 ticket.
Yeah, I am going to start with the 3 horse. In a Morada. Look at that 3 horse I don't want to try that one again. This one's, one of those track droppers coming in from Naira circuit, Terry, Saratoga, Aqueduct. One at the Meadowlands on turf, probably not its favorite surface, but look, it did finish well. I know that last race sucked. But nonetheless, that one is taking a pretty good size class drop. And also, you're going to see that one up on the lead versus a bunch of horses that want to be middle back. Number 4, Joyful Joyce did run the top last race speed figure. It was 3 points better than everybody else. Another class dropper, and Joyful Joyce running that Z pattern. You see 78 on the early pace, dipped to 71, then bounced back up for the second win. That's a Z pattern. I see those horses in the winner's circle too much. Also a class dropper moving down 2 lengths. Number 5, Shines Madeline, easy wire-to-wire win in the maiden, claiming 10,000 ranks last time out. Is your top total pace horse, is your best C-zone horse. But I've read that in Barry Meadows' book, The Skeptical Handicapper, horses that win coming in off the maiden usually have to be the top last race speed figure horse to follow it up with another win. I'm going to go then with the 6 horse, Hard Spice is my finale there. Last of the yes horses, along with the 3 and 4, and did show some better early pace. Again, Craig Milkowski from Time Form gave us that clue. 50 cent pick 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 7, 9, 3, 5, 6, and 10, 5, 6, and 9. That one is $48 as well. And then a $5 exacta key box with the track dropper over the 4, the 5, and the 6. Race 5 finishes up the first half of this Monday card. Another 6 furlong race, Terry, where it does definitely favor early speed. 37% of the time you get the lead, you keep the lead. The inside horses have a little bit of an edge. So in the middle of the card today, the last of the first 5, who's got that speed? Well, it's on the outside.
Yeah, but the inside horse also, the 2 is pretty close to that 9's speed numbers, and I think those 2 could go head to that quarter pole.
Once again, we see the 9 down here, another left arrow horse. PC type, can go forward, can be patient, can really do what it wants. It looks like if the 2 horse can get out to the front, that could be a lone E type. I know they love to do that, Terry. As far as the C-zone is concerned, it says a trio of horses are going to like this setup the best.
Yeah, 7, 9, and 10 all have pretty good C-zone numbers, especially that 10 and 9. They're going to be very comfortable here. I think they're going to like this race.
See, not a single horse so far has gotten to the par number here of 81. Although a few have come close within a point or two, Terry. These races, I do like, again, to find strong C-zones, overlays, jockeys, and trainers. We talked about the C-zone. What about overlays, jockeys, and trainers?
Well, the 1 has a good overlay, 8 to 5 to 4 to 1. The 2 has an overlay from 3 to 1 to 5 to 1. And the 10's got a nice overlay, 5 to 1 to 10 to 1. As far as the jockeys go, 2 is the best jockey. 8's got the best trainer as far as data. But the 2 is the best jockey-trainer combination.
And we see the 1, pretty strong simulation favorite. You also have the 7 with a pretty good late pace edge. But the 1 shows up again over here as the top total pace horse, Terry. Is the 1 horse the one to beat in race number 5?
Well, I like the 7 over the 1. I like Coach Knight. Won his last race at Parx Racing, has the highest last speed rating, high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then I like Happy Flyer, the 1. Ran second versus similar last race, highest speed figure at today's distance, best start speed is fast one today's starts, has a high percentage winning trainer. Curious Soul, the 2, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, my 3rd choice. Long shot is Bobo Liver. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race. Early speed running style helps chances. So this shorter distance, I think, will help it. No additional bets for me here.
So Coach Knight, kind of breaking the trend of what I think might happen today with all those speed horses. He does have the biggest in-race edge, 7 points, late speed edge for the 7 horse. And he's loved the distance 4 times out, finishing in the money in all 4. I think he'll win a couple of seconds in the 3rd. Happy Flyer is our simulation, a strong simulation favorite. Top par plus by a decent amount. Also gets the benefit of that rail bonus. Number 9, Bobo Liver could be out front. I like that, especially when it has the top C-zone, as Bobo Liver does. What do you think Bobo Liver is, Terry? Is that like a kind of the way to prepare liver to make it taste less terrible?
Probably.
And then finally, Curious Soul, the 2 horse. It's another one that should be on the pace. Maybe the last race not looking so good because it was a really fast one relative to what that horse has run before. I just don't see that kind of setup today for the 2 horse. I'm going to do a 50-cent trifecta box with the 1, the 2, the 7, and the 9. So we have a little bit of time, Terry, so we can move on to the second half of the card. I wonder what happened to her. Hi, Lauren. How are you? 23 handicappers at Parx today. Picks from Mahoning Valley. Zia Park, Turf Paradise. At Lauren_Shap on X. Make sure you head over there. We're going to head over to our best bet pretty soon there, Jose. So just hang in there for a minute. You can watch the races. I know now down south of the border, I think you have to go to TVG or Twin Spires now. Because I think HRTV was bought by TVG, because I was looking that up before. It's a question we get quite regularly. So I think you're going to have to set up an account with Twin Spires. You don't have to bet. Just open it, and you'll be able to watch the races. Although you might want to bet if you open the account. Although that's up to you, and our advice to you is only to bet what you can afford to lose. And if you can't afford to lose anything, then don't bet. Right, Terry?
That's correct.
You know, and to be honest with you, I don't know about you, Terry, but just going through this process every day, I want those horses to win as much as if I bet on them.
Me too.
Race number 6, we have another maiden race for 2-year-olds. 68, and that's a pretty low speed number to conquer, Terry. That's what we like to see in the maiden races. So in race number 6, has anybody made it over that low hurdle?
Yeah, you can see the 3, 6, and 7 have done that. And then all of them except for the 4 have a chance to do it again today.
Yeah, interesting, the 5 horse here. Lover Boy Ness. 5 ways better in its last. That's a pretty good, I like that indication there. Last time out in the opener, we saw that 10 horse. I think it was a 2.3, right? Was that right?
Yeah, it was.
2.23. Okay, so okay. We're close. So these horses are actually a little bit better in that regard for race number 6. Those first-time starters, folks, you got to have them. Over here, we see the second-time starter with a speed figure potentially to go up to as high as 70 versus 68. So maybe can clear. Would have to have maximum improvement. Terry, in these races, again, jockeys and trainers are huge. Who's got the hugest?
Well, the 10 has the best jockey, 5 best trainer, but the 10, I think, is the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, only 2 horses, Terry, showing any inclination that this race might set up nice for them.
Yeah, the 3 and the 7 have the above 50% threshold that we like to see. All of them have some, except for one of them, or 1 or 2, have some kind of a C-zone, but those are the best 2.
You see here the 3, 5, 7, the odd number horses want to be on the lead. The even number horses, the 2, the 6, and the 10, they want to close. The 4 and 9, so far, they have not been within 5 lengths of the leader at the finish line. And the 1 and 8, today they make their debuts. Of the experienced horses, Terry, the 3, a big-time simulation favorite. The 4 and the 7, they can jump out to the lead. Over here on the back end, the 6 and the 3 are your top total pace horses. So maybe House Buster Dude, the 3 horse, Terry, that one shows up a lot. What do you say?
I like the 10, actually. Cap'n Cats ran second versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, and switches a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 6, Raging Cajun. Drops in class, trained by a 22% maiden claim and winning trainer, and could improve when switching back to a sprint. Loverboy Ness, the 5, is my 3rd choice, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Peach Smoothie, the 4, is my long shot. Drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets here for me.
Private Ross, back to his normal alias. Good to see that they've taken you out of the witness protection plan, and you can go back to Private Ross 99. Good to see you again, my friend. Horse racing's horse racing. I find that you go through streaks, right, Terry? Sometimes you can't miss, and sometimes you couldn't hit the broadside of a barn from a foot in front of it. I have the 3 horse House Buster Dude as my top pick in there. Is a simulation favorite, also a yes horse, and also a good price. Hey, why not? Number 6, Raging Cajun down there in Louisiana, but this one's coming in from Delaware. Early Speed, one of those yes horses. Cap'n Cats, that one is the 10, your top pick there, Mr. Terry. Just missed at this level last out. 4 races so far, 3 of them ending up in the runner-up position at Parx. And a switch to Michael Sanchez could be a difference maker today. And then finally for me, Jamie Ness with a track dropper named Loverboy Ness. I wonder if he bought the horse because of the name, Terry.
Hey, maybe so, or maybe he was part of what named that horse. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. You never know. Maybe one of his girlfriends owned that horse. All right, yeah. I don't know. I'm just joking, of course, because I don't know anything about Jamie Ness's personal life. I don't want to hear from him. All right, $5 exact, the key box, 3 over the 5, the 6, and the 10. So they're about to move their way to race number 2, Terry. So let's see if we can find, as we like to do from time to time, any value. Right now in race number 2, the 3 horse is our simulation favorite, For the Love of Fun. Huh. Well, Terry, you don't have to look too far for a big. That one's 16-1, so they're not feeling. They ain't feeling the 3 horse there, Terry.
No, they sure not, huh?
No, the 2 horses, your 3 to 2 favorites, so no value there. The 9 horse right now is 2-1, no value there. 6 horses 4-1, so it looks to me like the 3 horse, that maybe horse, Terry, with a very strong par plus number. That one may be worth considering in your, maybe like just put it in like an exact key box or something. Put the 3 in there with a couple of other horses you like and see if that plays out, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to go.
Yeah, neither one of us put the 3 in our picks either, so that's kind of interesting as well. So your 2 favorites right now, looking at the board, are the 2 horse. Again, that one is 3-2. And then the 9 horse, that one's 2-1. I can do magic. The 8 horse at 16-1 is currently at 6-1. The 5 horse, 25-1. Yeah, so really the only horse offering up a lot of value is the simulation favorite. And if it wins, Terry, we're both going to be very sad dudes.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah, so the 2 horse actually, a lot of money coming off that horse at the end there because he was under 1-1. Now he's 8-5. So did the horse have some kind of weird behavior heading to the gate? It doesn't. I can't see which one's taking any of that other money. Tough to tell. Nah, because he's still 2-1 as well. Like his odds didn't change, so it has to be something in the middle that took some of that money.
Okay. Well,
maybe the 6, maybe the 8. Yeah.
Could be.
I think the 8 was 9-1, and he came down to 6-1. So maybe it was the 8 horse. I'm not sure. Should have screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Well, we think the 2, the 3, and the 4 are going to go to the lead. And if the indication from the opener is any clue, horses that you get to the front might stay there, Terry. Although the 10, to be fair, didn't run the fastest of fractions. Got away, 23 and a half seconds? That's pretty slow. Well, maybe not for 7 furlongs, but it's definitely not fast. All right. They're all set. They're all ready to go for race number 2. And in race number 2, we're just waiting for the starter to press the button. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't see that they still had to load, I think the 9 horse.
9, yeah.
Left to go in, yes. Most of them are well behaved right now, so they should be able to go once the start. Couple horses acting up a little bit. And they all settle down, and they're all off and running. Looked like a pretty clean start. Maybe a little stumble for the 4 horse. Haps Victory. The 2 horse, along with the 6 horse early on in the mix as they set the tone. You do have the 8 on the outside getting involved a little bit early. So Dirty Harry wants to do his best Clint Eastwood impression, the only gray in the race today. Then the 6 horse in between horses is the 2 horse after another 23 and a half second opening quarter. Gets away with some pretty easy fractions. Again, as it stands right now, it looks like it's between the 2, the 6, and the 8. The 3 horse all the way in the back of the pack. Looks like he's coming the best of the back travelers. The 4 horse, Haps Victory. He's trying to get involved too. 2 horse continues to hold the lead. Right now, you have the 8 horse, the 6 horse, the only 2 that might look like it giving the challenge, although that 5 horse right now, Sincierto, is coming the fastest down the stretch. But it doesn't matter unless the 2 horse falls over, Terry, and I don't want to jinx him. But he's starting to really shorten his stride, though, kind of coasting into the finish line. It's going to go 2, 5, and 6 in race number 2. So thankfully we get the 6 to 5 odds there, Terry.
Yeah, too bad.
Well, I mean, it's better than the 3 to 5 that it was earlier.
That's true. But I would have rather either the 6 or my long shot would have won the 5.
Let's move off to race number 7. That is the beginning of the late pick 4. 6 furlongs, optional claiming $16,000. We talked about before that at 6 furlongs, you're looking for horses that got some giddy up and go, particularly on the inside, Terry. So in lucky race number 7, any giddy up and go on the inside? No, the Buffalo Girls are on the outside.
That's right. They're outside. And there's a lot of speed in here. Just hard to tell which is going to get to that quarter pole first.
Well, the 8 and 9, they definitely want to be out on the lead there, Terry. The 2 could be a part of the pace as well. Everybody else wants to be middle back. Of the 3 speed horses, there's a clear cut. I'm going to like this one in this field.
Yeah, that's, as far as speed horses, you take a look there at that 2. It's got the really good C-zone. And so, all of them show some kind of C-zone except for the 6, but that 2 is the best.
2 is indeed the best. 2's a maybe horse. You got a couple yeses in here. Peridot Pendant and Miss 66. Although weirdly, Miss 66 has a par race, but no par plus today, Terry. Really strong par plus opportunity perhaps here.
Yeah, the 9, if you take a look, it was within 1 point in the last pass. And yet today it's got a nice 45% par plus number.
Pretty heavy simulation favorite in there as well. Looks like a decent jockey. Maybe not the best, Terry. Where would you look for that?
1's the best jockey, 5's the best trainer, but I think the 5 has the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, it could be along with maybe the 2 in there. She talks too much. That's why Terry doesn't want to mention that one. She talks too much. An 8-point last race speed edge, although late speed so far not really being the way to the winner's circle. The 9 is your simulation favorite. The 9 is your top total pace. Ordinarily, when we see those 2 line up, those 2 should be somewhere in your lineup. Terry, did the 9 make your picks?
It sure did. It's my first pick. Bail Out Billy won the last 4 races. Last race, highest last speed rating and has a high percentage winning trainer. Missy 66. The 6 is my second choice. Finished the money in the last 8 races, winning one of the starts has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. She Talks Too Much, the 5, my third choice, won the last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 2, Put the Crazy Away, is a long shot, finished in the money in the last 5 races, running second in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. I'm going to use the 2, 4, 5, 6, 9 with the 5, 7, with the 4, 6, with the 1, 4, 5, 9, 11, $50 ticket. So.
Should I get rid of all the remaining women who watch us, Terry? She Talks Too Much and Put the Crazy Away. They kind of go together.
Yeah.
Just kidding, of course. Always just joking. All right. The 9 horse, Bail Out Billy, is the top of both of our tickets in there. Bail Out Billy, if I can get to that part of my screen, will tell me that horse is the pace setting simulation favorite, top par plus and top total pace. Lots of reasons to put that one at the top of your tickets. She Talks Too Much. Biggest in-race advantage of an 8-point late speed edge. If that comes to pass at any point today, that might be the way to the winner's circle. Very consistent performer to boot. Miss 66. This one's running the proper distance, as my Welsh friend would say. It's run at this distance 11 times, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 3/3. You put that horse at any other distance, a lucky 13 times, 1 win, a couple of seconds, in a trio of thirds, a horse for the 6 furlong course. And then finally, the 2 horse, Put the Crazy Away. Does have some early pace, but showed some better mid to late pace last time out. If you can connect A plus B, you might see you in the winner's circle. 5, 6, 9, 2, 5, 7, 6, 9, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 11. That is my pick 4. Off to race 8 we go, Terry. We're kind of working our way pretty aggressively through this card today. I like when things go quickly. In race number 8, we're going to go 6 furlongs, Terry. Let me just pop this back up on the screen right there. And 6 furlongs does favor horses on the inside with some speed, as we like to do with our smart sheets, folks. So you can get them. There's a link in the description on YouTube. There will also be a link in our recap over at horseracingtoday.net, along with an explanation on how to use them. We know how to use them, Terry, and based upon our knowledge, who's going to get the lead?
Well, it takes a look there. The 5 and the 6 are really close in their data, so the 5 and 6 could go head-to-head of that quarter pole, but the 4 may have something to say about it.
Yeah, the 4 wants the lead because that's when he's run its best races. The 5 can take the lead or sit in that co-pilot. The 6 would prefer other people to do the heavy lift, and the 7, very dangerous down there. As a lone PC type, it can really dictate its pace off of what the 3 in front of it do. The 1, 2, and 3, the red, white, and blue, they all want to close in here, Terry. So it does look like the closers might get the best trip, although the 6 horse might be the one that likes it the most.
Yeah, 6 has a really nice C-zone at 90.3%, so going to be very comfortable. And then follow it up with that 1 and that 2.
Now, this race could be very much a wide open affair, Terry, because if you look here, just about everybody showing some improvement, especially these 4 horses down here, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the 7. Better early pace, better mid pace for the 4 and 5, late pace for the 4 and 5, and all of them showing faster fractions, all of them moving up in class, Terry, but only 1 gets the call for jockey and trainer.
Yeah, that's that 5 has the best jockey trainer combination.
Yes, the 5 also, a 5-point last race speed figure edge. That's got to be something. It's also 1 of 2 yes horses in here. The 3 horse will be coming the hardest at the end, although, as we've pointed out, so far, that 2 front runners, 2 wire-to-wire wins. Pretty even in terms of odds. Pretty even over here as well as top total pace. This race really is wide open, Terry. So how do you think it'll settle?
All right. Well, in this race here, I think it'll be the horse number 7. And Vixen, I'm not going to try that. Anyway, finished 3rd versus similar.
Yeah, I think it's Vixen's Hypnotic Honey.
Yes. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, winning 2 of the previous races. Has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. Ringer card, the 5 is a second choice, won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, highest last speed rating, and has the highest speed figure at today's distance. And then number 2, Catlin the Great, finished the money in 4 career races, winning the last start, has a high percentage winning trainer. Jump the Fox, the 3, Longshot likes Parx Racing, been in the money 75% of the time here with 26% of those wins. And then at today's distance, that's finished in the money 75% of the time, winning 25% of the wins. No additional bets for me here.
I'm going to start with the 5-horse Ringer Card. Maybe a regret. But this one was the top last race speed figure horse by 5 points better than everybody else. Did point out that, again, Andrew Beyer, who is the godfather of speed figures, he says 3 points. And if it's good enough for Andrew, it's good enough for me. 5 ways better for the 5-horse with a 5-point speed figure edge. That's 555. And the resume says the horse should be better in the second start after layoff. Number 7, Vixen's Hypnotic Honey in the money. 5 out of 6 at the distance as our top total pace. Number 2, Caitlin the Great. Yeah, man, well, as long as she doesn't pull her leg, injure her leg, she is pretty good. Otherwise, she does more golfing than hoops. But maybe Caitlin the Great on the horse track has the most upside. Just a 5th career start. Close to winning all 4 of its races. Number 4, I Am Rue instead of I Am Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a yes horse with the 5. Did show some signs of life in its last race. Another one of those 5-way better horses. No picks for me because this race can go any which way. Race 9. Terry, is this your best bet race?
It is.
Yes, race 9 is going to be Terry's best bet. It's going to be 6.5 furlongs. 6.5 furlongs. Typically, you're looking for a horse, as we mentioned, pretty regularly at Parx. Has some early speed. Inside is better than outside. The rail is best for Bernie's Mitts. Terry, in the first leg of the Daily Double, any standout speed types?
Not really. I mean, there's several of them that are pretty close, so I think it's anybody's race here.
Yes, indeed. We do see a whole host of horses dropping in class. You got the 1 horse dropping, the 4, the 6, and the 7, with the 1 and the 6 being your biggest class droppers in here, Terry. Who's the most classy trainer jockey-wise?
Well, take a look at that. 6 has the best jockey. The 8 has the best trainer in this, but the 6, I think, is the best jockey-trainer combination.
A somewhat balanced race, although maybe the scales tilt a little bit towards the speed side, so could perhaps give these horses back here a little bit of an edge. As far as edge is concerned, Terry, it looks like, well, 2 really strong C-zone considerations.
Yeah, the 2 and the 8 all have really good C-zones, but the 1 and the 6 also bypass that 50% threshold we like to see.
Drop line, the 9 in race 9 is your top last race speed figure. It's also your pretty good, strong simulation favorite, although the 4, Twisted Ride, tops out at the top total pace. I know this is your best bet, Terry. So before the best bet, we have to have the drum roll, please. And Terry's best bet for the Monday is what?
Number 6, Bouncer. And I'm going for my second best bet in a row. My one last Thursday won and paid $6.48. This one here finished in the money in 6 races out of 8 starts and won 2 of those. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. A lot of boxes marked off. Number 4, Twisted Ride, class drop today. Top dirt speed among today's starters. Has a high speed rating at today's distance. And the trainer and jockey have high win rates. Number 2, Sunny Breeze, my third choice, finished 3rd in the last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer. And then drop line, the 9 is my long shot, has won 5 races at Parx Racing. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to bet 20 to win on number 6, a $10 exacta box 4-6, $10 exacta 6 on top of the 249, and then a $5 exacta box 246. That's it.
Those Terry's best bets here are our good friend Privates Ross full bets for today. Hopefully the weather is working to your benefit today. Cryptic codes for Parx. There you have it, folks. He's got the race 2, the number 2, and I must have missed it at that time. So 1 for 1 so far with the cryptic codes for our good friend Private Ross. I have the 6 horse Bouncer 2, Terry. Jamie Ness, Michael Sanchez, I think for the first time today. This is a horse dropping from a grade 3 last time out. And then drop line, the 9 horse is that top last race speed figure. 3 points better than everybody else as the simulation favorite. It's making its first start. Does have some speed. 3 times at the distance, 2 times taking that speed straight to the finish line. Number 4, Twisted Ride. That one has won 10 of its 24 affairs at Parx. You put that horse at any other course, he's 0 for 13 on visits to the winner's circle. I guess that's a horse for the course. And then finally, Sunny Breeze makes me feel fine. But the sunny breezes right now make me feel cold here in Chicago, where it's like 20 degrees. Does have the most Parx back class in there. It was a tough call for me over to 7, Dean Delivers. That horse finds that Parx back class could be difficult for any of the others to really contend. Terry, we're going to move off to race number 10 in just a second. But before we do that, can you please remind folks that tomorrow you want to catch Terry's best bet over at Parx again, or on Wednesday at Aqueduct, or Thursday at Gulfstream Park, or you're a big fan of Hong Kong racing for 4 and Friday, you can watch so you can win, Terry, where?
Well, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel and X, because it's very simple to do. It can cost you anything. And then hit the bell on the YouTube channel. That'll notify you about all the great programs like 4 and Fridays about 30 minutes before they come up. And then go down and copy the link, share it with everybody you know. They can come and take a look at what we have going here. And I think they're going to like what they see. And then go to Horse Race, the number 2 day, and look at our social sites such as X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Skies, and give us picks, a thumbs up and a like, and then keep these picks coming, such as Private Ross is doing, and some of the others, and the comments. We like to see them.
Yes, you're watching on YouTube right now. There's a thumbs up button. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Let's see if we can get to 30 today. If you're watching over on X, hit the like button as well, and also hit the retweet button as well. We greatly appreciate that, and share your comments with us on the X as well. Please share our content. The more you share it, the more you interact with us with comments, or you come back on YouTube and you watch race number 9 again, because we will timestamp all the races in the description of YouTube. Any interactivity you have with us really helps us with our social engine scores, our search engine scores. So when people look for horse racing content, they're very likely to find Terry and I, and we would greatly appreciate a very easy way to help the show. Another easy way to help the show is to try to go home with a winner. Terry, another maiden race today to close out the card. Always making it easy to hit that pick 4. 67 is that speed figure that takes home the top prize more often than not at the distance. We're looking for yes horses, Terry, and we have a few.
Yeah, 1, 3, 9, and 11 all have hit the 67 or above. And then there's a couple others that came within 2 or 3 points of doing that. One of those, the number 4, Daisy Believes, actually has a really good chance to do it today.
Yeah, Par Plus again. We do 1,000 simulations where we simulate our speed figure, and you see that 4-horse Daisy Believes with a 45% chance to hit a speed figure of 67 or more. That horse is also one of the biggest class droppers. It is the biggest class dropper. That's a good way to win maidens too, facing easier company. The 4-horse also has second race par ability up to 77, Terry. And again, that speed figure being 67, so it can go 10 points clear. That's a pretty wide margin. Good chance that horse might do that. As far as speed is concerned, Terry, there's only really one to look at.
Yeah, the 8. Look at that speed. It's got like 61.9%. It's way above the rest of the horses.
Yes, and he's also way above everybody else with C-Zone in there. So that could be dangerous. Although he has not finished within 5 lengths of the leader yet. The 11-horse, that's the one that's been close with some speed. Everybody else kind of middle of the back. That 8 can hold on, or the 11 can get there. They could be dangerous in the finale, Terry. 4-horse, pretty big favorite over there. Also a simulation and top total pace favorite. So who's your favorite to bring home the prize in the finale?
I like the 1. Finished third versus similar in last race. Has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like that 4, Daisy Believes. Drops in class today. Has a good trainer and jockey. The 11, Sandy Girl, ran second versus similar in the last race. Early speed running style helps the chances. And then Supersonic Betty, the 5 is my long shot. Drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm all out of money, so there's no additional bets for me here.
Yeah, so I'm going through this card. I like the 4-horse Daisy Believes. Second race upside, as we saw, way past par. But it's been off for more than a year, so could come back rusty. But it is your biggest class dropper. The horse should improve. Number 1, Nohaya. 0 for 11 Michael Sanchez stays on. Yes Horse with the strong rail. And that was about the best I can come up comment-wise for that. And then Sandy's Girl, the 11, is another Yes Horse. Should be forward with Lone E potential, as long as the 8 doesn't, by the breeze, burn out, though it does scare me with that top C zone. And then I went with the 3 horse. I was really going back and forth between the 3 and the 8 for this spot. But this is only the 3rd career start for the 3 horse, Nezzy's Girl. Gets first-time Lasix. I like that. And I think those 2 things alone, along, I think with the class drop in there, is more than you can say about anything else that's left on the card, except for the 8 in that top C zone. I'm going to do a trifecta box to close it out with the 1, the 3, the 4, and the 11. There are full picks for today. In race number 1, the 10 horse, the first-time starter took home the prize for big bucks, $57 to win. The 2 horse, not such a big bucks, coming in as your winner as the favorite at 6-5, but still not too bad. Here's the way we see the rest of the card. Race number 3, no bets. Race number 4 is the second of our pick 4s. We're both alive in the first leg. I also have a $5 exact key box there. Race number 5, we're looking at another trifecta box for me. Race number 6, another exact key box with the 3 horse. Race number 7 is the late pick 4. Terry and I with our thoughts there. Race number 8, nada. Wide open race. Who knows what's going to happen? Terry thinks he knows what's going to happen in race number 9. So much so, it's his best bet for today. The 6 horse bouncer with Jamie Ness. And then finally, race number 10, another trifecta box for me for all of our wagers. Again, tomorrow we'll be back for Parx. Wednesday we'll be back for Aqueduct. Thursday, championship meet down at Gulfstream Park. Free picks at Turf Paradise over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. A link in the description. Please use that. About 5 minutes, you'll see our picks as well as recap and our betting and the bets right here at horseracingtoday.net. Don't forget to hit that HRT gear button. Get 25% off everything, Terry, as we head into the holidays. Any final thoughts from you before we head into Terrific Terry Tuesday at Parx?
Yeah, just be careful with all this nasty weather, and don't spend too much on Christmas. Keep your amount down so you don't get way far out there on credit cards. I know a lot of people do that, but mostly Christmas is what Christmas is really about, and it's also about family and that. So just have a great time, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you for joining us, Don Johnson. Thank you for joining us, Lauren. Thank you to everybody, Private Ross, everybody who's come along today. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate the interactivity, the community. We certainly hope that no matter what you're doing for the rest of this Monday, it is filled with God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing you do until we meet again ends up in the
winner's circle.
Yes, absolutely. Make it a blessed Monday. We'll see you Monday.